Welcome to this explainer. Seriously, I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're diving into something truly game-changing. We're unpacking this fascinating, visionary concept from Anasup Consulting about the future of tech. Specifically, we're decoding their idea of the ideal AI engineer. You see, the whole traditional idea of what an engineer is, well, it's evolving. And it's evolving fast into a role that demands a much bigger, more systemic vision. So, let's jump right in and explore exactly what this massive shift means for you and your career trajectory.
So I want you to really ask yourself, what makes the perfect AI engineer? Just a couple of years ago, the answer was, super focused on tactical execution. It was all about running training loops, optimizing specific parameters, or just writing really robust API wrappers. But hey, as AI gets infinitely more complex, that old, traditional answer, it just doesn't cut it anymore. We're seeing a massive pivot away from standard engineering toward this absolute need to envision and literally command entire ecosystems.
Okay, let's dive into this. The entire foundation of this shift is totally captured in this specific phrasing from Anasup Consulting. The architect of 2026, the ideal AI engineer job description. Notice the deliberate vocabulary they're using here. They aren't just talking about a senior developer or some lead machine learning programmer. No. They specifically chose the word architect, and that is a huge distinction. It challenges the whole industry to level up its perspective. The AI pro of the near future isn't just playing a part in building models. They're the master planner actually orchestrating how all these crazy complex systems interact at scale.
Section 1. Who is the architect? Redefining the role. Now, what's really interesting about this is the actual definition. An architect is, at their core, a conceptual designer. They build the overarching foundation and the grand structure of complex systems. So in the AI world, this means totally moving past just writing isolated scripts. Designing the future, the grand structure, means you're orchestrating foundational models with proprietary data lakes. You're designing rock-solid guardrails for autonomous agents and making sure multimodal pipelines run without a hitch. The architect literally looks at the big picture, the neural networks, the deployment constraints, the business logic, and weaves all those separate pieces into one unified, smoothly functioning reality. To really see the difference, let's compare the standard AI engineer with the AI architect. Now, a standard AI engineer is inherently tactical, right? Like maybe they implement a single RAG pipeline, or they're debugging an inference bottleneck. And look, that is absolutely crucial, highly valuable work, no doubt. But the AI architect, they are strategic. They're the ones designing the massive, scalable, multi-agent ecosystem that dynamically routes queries based on compute costs and latency in the first place. They're looking ahead, anticipating how a system we build today is going to integrate with the absolutely wild multimodal models of tomorrow. It's a complete shift from just isolated problem solving to true visionary system design.
Section 2. Target year 2026. The impending shift. 2026. Think about that number for a second. In the grand timeline of enterprise tech adoption, 2 years? That is practically tomorrow. Historically speaking, these massive, large-scale enterprise shifts, going from just a cool concept to a standardized job requirement, happen in these incredibly tight 3 to 5 year cycles. So by planting a flag squarely in the year 2026, Anasup Consulting is sending a loud and clear signal. The window to upgrade your skills from a standard practitioner to a high-level systems architect is wide open right now, but man, it is closing fast.
So, the crucial point is that the urgency behind this impending evolution is tied to a very real technological tipping point. We are rapidly moving away from the era of standalone experimental AI models and sprinting right into the era of ubiquitous interconnected AI agents that literally handle core business logic. Think about it. When agents start writing their own code, optimizing their own queries, and talking directly to one another, well, the human role has to shift, right? We become the orchestrators. Preparing for 2026 absolutely requires recognizing that the standard baseline engineering tasks you're doing today are going to be automated tomorrow.
Section 3. The ideal job description. Preparing for 2026.
So what does this actually look like for your daily workflow? And this brilliantly illustrates how Anasup Consulting's framework pushes you to level up. First, evolving past basic engineering limits. This means mastering the orchestration of complex AI systems, like building out robust evaluation frameworks and really understanding multi-agent governance, instead of just sitting around tweaking hyperparameters. Second, aligning your skills with that 2026 timeline means getting super proactive. Focus on edge AI, advanced RAG architectures, and scalable inference optimization. And finally, embracing the high-level architect mindset. This is all about taking true ownership of the system's broader impact. It's making sure your technical design is actually solving massive, real-world structural problems. Essentially, it's your tangible roadmap to becoming completely indispensable.
Which brings us to the ultimate question. Are you ready for 2026? Will you be the architect? Look, the technology is advancing at breakneck speed, and the foundational structures of the next decade, they're literally being designed right now. You can totally choose to stick with maintaining the isolated systems of the past, or you can step up. You can be that conceptual designer who builds the overarching foundations of the future. The pace of change definitely isn't slowing down anytime soon, and the opportunity to define your exact role in all of this has honestly never been clearer. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.